Hi, Marianne Mosley here for the Pelican Players. I'm coming to you from the Veterans Theater, home of the Pelican Players Community Theater. Today we'd like to present another episode of our Old Time Radio. This comes from Suspense Theater, and it's an oldie. Arsenic and Old Place. Enjoy the show.
Welcome. Tonight, Pelican Players, your local community theater for the Sun City Center, Ruskin, Waimama, Riverview, Apollo Beach, and surrounding area, has the pleasure of entertaining you with another show by the Pelican Players Radio Theater. The cast is made up of all volunteer local residents. We will introduce the cast following tonight's show. And now, tonight's performance.
Tonight, Lady Esther has the pleasure of bringing you one of the famous hits of our generation, Joseph Kesselring's Arsenic and Old Lace. And here is the Pelican Players' recreation of Arsenic and Old Lace. You can ask anybody in that section of Brooklyn, and they will all tell you the very same thing. The neighbors, the minister, Dr. Harper, even O'Hara, the cop on the beat. He's going to be telling
you... Oh,
you
mean those two old Brewster sisters? Why, there aren't two sweeter little deities in the world. Too bad, though, about that nephew of theirs. Too bad. He should really be put away somewhere.
Charge! Wallaby man up San Juan Hill after Teddy Roosevelt.
See what I mean?
But the Brewster sisters have another nephew, Mortimer. He's dramatic critic on a New York paper, and he's always considered himself quite sane. Until tonight.
Aunt Abby, Aunt Martha, I have news for you. I'm going to marry Elaine Harper.
Oh, Mortimer, how nice, our minister's daughter.
Oh, really, Minister? We ought to celebrate.
Not tonight, darlings. I've got to pick up Elaine and get back to town. I have to cover a play tonight.
Well, I do hope it's something you like for once. What's the name of it, dear?
Murder Will Out. I bet I can write the review without even seeing it.
I always said you were talented, dear.
Same old tripe. When the curtain goes up, first thing you see is a dead body. Well, maybe you won't actually see it. It'll be hidden somewhere, maybe in the window seat. Then someone will come on, walk on casually, lift the cover of the window seat like this, and oh!
Oh, why, Mortimer, dear, what's the matter?
Aunt Abby, Aunt Martha, there's a dead man in there. Now look, aunties, let me say it again slowly. There's a body in the window seat.
Yes, dear, we know.
You know?
Well, of course.
Oh, honestly, I never thought Teddy would ever get... Listen, you were planning on sending him to that sanitarium Happy Dale?
Yes, dear, it's all arranged. Elaine's father brought over the papers this afternoon. Here they are, ready for Teddy to sign.
Well, he's got to sign them right away, tonight. If they ever found out he killed a man, they'll...
Oh, Teddy didn't do that.
He didn't.
Why, Mortimer, just forget about it. Just forget you ever saw the gentleman.
Forget?
We never dreamed you'd peek.
But who is he?
His name is Hoskins, Adam Hoskins. That's really all I know about him, except he's a Methodist.
Yes, but what's he doing here? What happened to him?
He died.
Aunt Martha, men just don't come in the window and just die.
No, Mortimer, he died first.
But how?
Oh, Mortimer, don't be so inquisitive. The gentleman died because he drank some wine with poison in it.
Elderberry wine.
How'd the poison get in the wine?
Oh, we put it in the wine because it's less noticeable. When it's in tea, it has a distinct odor.
You put it in the wine?
Yes, and we put Mr. Hoskins in the window seat because Elaine's father was coming to tea.
Then you knew what you've done. You didn't want Dr. Harper to see the body.
Well, not at tea. That wouldn't have been very nice. Now, Mortimer, dear, you could forget all about it. Teddy's down in Panama right now.
Panama?
You know, the cellar. He always calls the cellar Panama.
And the steps over there are San Juan Hill.
He's down in Panama now, digging the locks.
You mean you're going to bury Mr. Hoskins in the cellar?
Well, of course, dear. That's what we did with the others.
Well, I didn't think you should. Others?
The other gentleman.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. When you say others, you mean others more than one?
Oh, yes. This is 11, isn't it, Abby?
No, dear, it makes 12.
Well, you really shouldn't count the first one. After all, he just died.
Just died?
Well, what Martha means is without any help from us. Mr. Midgley was his name. He was a Baptist. He came here looking for a room.
It was right after you moved to New York, Mortimer.
It didn't seem right to leave the lovely room empty. So many people needing it, of course. So we advertised it, and Mr. Midgley applied.
Oh, he was so lonely. No kith or kin. We felt so sorry for him.
And then when his heart attack came, he sat there dead in that chair. Remember, Martha?
It was like old times.
Yes.
Grandfather was a doctor, you know. He always had a cadaver or two around the house.
Only Teddy insisted that Mr. Midgley was a yellow fever victim. He had to be buried at once. So we buried him in Panama.
Yes. He looked so peaceful, didn't he, Abby?
Oh, so serene. And we made up our minds there and then that if we could help other lonely old men find the same peace, we would.
So that's how it all started. The man walking in and dropping dead.
Well, of course, we realized we couldn't depend on
Mortimer.
that. And always happening,
Mortimer, you know those jars of poison that have been up in Grandfather's laboratory all these years?
And your Aunt Martha has such a knack for mixing things.
Well, dear, for a gallon of elderberry wine, I take 1 teaspoonful of arsenic and a half a teaspoonful of strychnine and just a pinch of cyanide.
It should have quite a kick.
Oh, yes, yes. As a matter of fact, one of our gentlemen found time to say, "How delicious."
Look, aunties. I don't know how to explain it to you, but you can't do things like this. It's against the law. It's not a nice thing to do. This has developed into a very bad habit.
Mortimer, we don't stop you from doing things you like to do. Why should you interfere with us?
Because, listen, I've got to rush off and go downtown and cover the play. Do a lot of things. I haven't got a minute to spare.
Are you sure you haven't time for dinner? I'm going to try a new recipe.
Thanks, I couldn't eat a thing.
This is it, Doctor. Yes, I remember this door. Even when I was a child, it always sounded like inner sanctum. Come in, come in.
Oh, Johnny, it's dark in here.
That means the family still lives here. The Brewsters were always very sparing with the lights.
Is that so?
Who turned on the lights?
I did. Who are you?
Yes, what are you gentlemen doing here?
Why, Aunt Abby, Aunt Martha, it's Jonathan.
You get out of here.
But I'm Jonathan, your nephew, Jonathan.
Oh, no, you're not. You're nothing like Jonathan, so don't pretend you are.
But I am. I am Jonathan, and this is Dr. Einstein.
His voice does sound like Jonathan, but his face.
Have you been in an accident?
No, my face. Dr. Einstein is responsible for that. He changes people's faces. I ought to
Oh,
get
now
a new...
easy, Johnny, easy. Oh, don't worry, ladies. The last 5 years I gave Johnny 3 new faces. I give him another one right away.
You'd better, when my own family doesn't even
Oh,
recognize-
Johnny, I'm sorry. I saw that horror picture just before I operated, and I was a little drunk. Anyway, no, you are home. Ladies, how often he tells me about Brooklyn, about this house, about his aunts that he loves so much. Oh, please, you must know him. Speak to him. Tell him so.
Well, it's Jonathan. It's been a long time since you ran away from us.
Yes, where have you been all these years?
Oh, England, South Africa, Australia. Why, the last 5 years, Dr. Einstein and I have been in Chicago.
Really? We were in Chicago for the World's Fair.
Well, we didn't like it. We found Chicago awfully warm.
Yeah, it got too hot for us, too.
Well, Jonathan, it's nice to see you again. I mean, if you're in a hurry to get somewhere.
Not at all, Aunt Abby.
But, Abby, I thought we were going to, not ask him to,
Oh, well, of course. Come along, Martha.
Johnny, we have got to work fast. The police have got pictures of your face. I've got to find a place to operate. We've got to find a place for Mr. Spinalzo, too.
Don't waste any time on that rat.
But we can't leave a dead body in the rumble seat. Oh, you shouldn't have killed him, Johnny. He was a nice fellow. He gives us a lift, and then what happened?
He said I looked like Boris Karloff.
Oh, don't worry, Johnny. As soon as I operate, and the
Wait
changes
a-
of your face...
Wait a minute. I know just the place.
You do?
Look, if this family hasn't changed, and I'm sure it hasn't, I'll bet my grandfather's old laboratory is just the way he left it.
Ah, good.
And when you're done with me, why, we could make a fortune here.
In Brooklyn?
Of course. Practically everybody in Brooklyn needs a new face.
But, Johnny, your aunts, I don't think they want us here.
You leave that to me, Doctor. I'll handle it. Why, this house will be our headquarters for years.
Ah, that would be beautiful, Johnny. This nice, quiet house and those sweet old ladies. I love them already. I'll get the bags, yeah?
Doctor, we must wait till we're invited.
Oh, but you said that they would not mind.
We'll be invited.
And if they say no,
Doctor, 2 helpless old women. Sit down and make yourself comfortable.
it's like comes true a beautiful dream. It's so nice and peaceful here.
And that's what makes this house so perfect for us. It's so peaceful.
Charge, you men! Charge!
What the? Why, I must say, my dear aunt, it was very kind of you to invite myself and the doctor for dinner.
Well, we didn't really invite you, Jonathan. You invited yourselves.
Well, it just shows you I feel at home already. I'm sure going to like it here.
Like it here? You mean you're going to stay?
Oh, haven't I told you?
No, Jonathan. You needn't go.
Abby, the dinner dishes. Shouldn't we get started on them, dear?
Yes, of course. Jonathan, we'll speak to you later.
Johnny, just now that Teddy takes me down the cellar, and what do you think I found?
What?
The Panama Canal.
The Panama Canal?
Listen. He digs a hole down there just the right size for Mr. Spinalzo.
Hey, that's an idea. What a joke on my aunts to bury a body in their cellar.
Oh, but how are we going to get him in?
We'll get him in through those French windows. We can hide him in the window seat.
The window seat?
It's perfect for a corpse. Why, when I was a youngster, I used to hide there myself. Then a little later on, when my aunts have gone to bed, we'll take him down and bury him.
But suppose they come in here and find us.
My dear doctor, you don't understand. My aunts are doing the dinner dishes. They'll be in the kitchen for quite some time.
Oh, they will.
Yes, they've always kept a very neat home.
But, Abby, are you sure they've gone out?
Yes, they're out there at their car. Besides, we've got to get Mr. Hoskins out of this window seat.
Yes, poor dear. He can't be very comfortable.
And when Mortimer comes back, he'll take care of Jonathan.
Oh, there'll be an awful row. They've never liked each other.
Martha, I will not invite Jonathan to Mr. Hoskins' services.
Oh, Abby dear, we'd better hurry.
Oh, let's see if Teddy is still in the cellar. Are you down there in Panama, Teddy?
Who dares call the president by his first name?
Mr. President, we've got another gentleman.
Is he dead?
Yes, he's a yellow fever victim. Teddy, I'm afraid you'll have to hurry.
Ah, that's good, doctor. That's fine. See how nicely he fits.
Oh, just like this window seat was made to order.
Now, we'll go upstairs, and when my aunts have gone to sleep, we'll come down and put him away. And after that,
Oh, I know, Johnny. I operate.
Well, everything seems quiet enough. They must be sleeping, I guess. Might as well have a little light down here. There, that's better. Now let me see. First I've got to get Hoskins out of the window seat. It's not very pleasant, but it has to be done. Come on, old man. I'm sorry to disturb you. Ah! Another one!
Mortimer.
Darling, you're back just in time for the services.
Aunt Abby, Aunt Martha, there's another body in the window seat. Look!
Now, who could that be?
Why, it's a stranger.
Oh, my goodness. How did he get in there?
Now, wait a minute, you two. You can't get out of this. There's another one of your gentlemen.
Mortimer, how can you say such a thing? That man's an imposter.
But you admitted you put Mr. Hoskins in the window seat.
Well, yes, I did, but
Well, this man couldn't have got the idea from Mr. Hoskins. By the way, where is Mr. Hoskins?
Teddy took him down to Panama.
Yes, he's down there waiting for the services. Abby, dear, we've always wanted to hold a double funeral.
No, Martha, I will not read services over a total stranger.
Stranger? Aunt Abby, there are 12 men buried down in the cellar. You admit you poisoned him. Now you're telling me one of them is a stranger?
Well, of course. Darling, do you think I would stoop to telling a fib?
Oh.
The second act of Lady Esther Pelican Players' recreation will follow in a moment. Now, a word from Lady Esther.
When was the last time you really saw another woman give your skin one of those admiring looks, a little envious, because it was so fresh and clear and young looking? When your skin does not have that clear, fresh, young look, skin specialists tell me it's usually because of an oily, stubborn film. It clouds your skin, makes it look tired and older. The thing to do is just this. Smooth on Lady Esther four-purpose cream and then wipe it off. Then the important part. At least once a day, repeat this treatment immediately. Again, smooth on Lady Esther four-purpose face cream and again wipe it off. The first time removes surface, makeup, and dirt. But it's the important second time that gets after that cleaning, cloudy, oily film. And immediately your skin looks cleaner, fresher, clearer, and far younger than you could possibly expect. Yes, immediately you will see and feel a big difference, because each time you use it, Lady Esther Four-Purpose Face Cream does 4 things your skin needs most for beauty. And it's so gentle and soft. You don't have to massage and rub on your skin. My cream itself does the work, not your fingers. And it needs no help from any other cream. Try this with Lady Esther Four-Purpose Face Cream. As sure as you do, someone will say to you, "Why, I've never seen you look so rested, so fresh and young. You know you look like a young girl in love."
The Pelican Players Radio Theater will conclude tonight's show in a moment. But first, Pelican Players is your community theater celebrating over 40 years of providing live entertainment. In 2020, we arranged with WSCQ Sun Radio to provide recordings of our Readers Theater performances to be broadcast and streamed from their station and website on the last Friday each month. Pelican Players consists of all volunteer local talent on stage and behind the scenes. Our members perform in our main stage, Murder Mystery Theater, Cabaret Singers, Readers Theater, Comedy Club, Twig Theater, and Radio Theater Productions. Pelican Players is a 501c3 nonprofit with proceeds from our performances going to scholarships for Hillsborough County students in the arts. To date, we have donated over $600,000 to this endeavor. We always welcome new members who have an interest in performing or helping behind the scenes. Even though headquartered in Kings Point, you do not have to live in Kings Point to become a member or attend performances. For more information, please visit our website, www.pelicanplayersscc.org. And now, Pelican Players Radio Theater continues with tonight's performance.
And now, Lady Esther presents the second act of Arsenic and Old Lace. Well, Mortimer thinks he's going crazy until his brother Jonathan walks in. That makes the answer fairly apparent. And Mortimer shifts right into high. He tells them he's going to call the police and show them the very dead Mr. Spinalzo. And it looks like his bluff is going to work when Dr. Einstein comes rushing in.
Johnny! Johnny!
Come along, Dr. Einstein. It seems that we are leaving.
No, Johnny, wait. Just now, that Teddy takes me down to Panama again, and guess what?
What?
Johnny, we're saved. We got an ace in the hole.
Now Jonathan discovers poor dead Mr. Hoskins, and that changes things all around again, especially since Mortimer has to leave to finish some very urgent business. And now, while they're awaiting Mortimer's return, the two old ladies are quite upset.
Jonathan, will you please tell us what you plan on doing with Mr. Spinalzo?
We plan to bury him with your Mr. Hoskins, I
Oh,
suppose.
no, you won't. We won't have strangers buried in our cellar.
Besides, the cellar's crowded already.
Yes, there's 12 graves down there right now.
12 graves?
Well, as you could see, that leaves us very little room, and we're going to need it.
You two ladies have murdered all those?
Murdered? Certainly not. It's one of our charities.
Why, what we've been doing is a mercy.
You've done that here in this house, and you've buried them down there.
Johnny, we have been chasing all over the world. They stay right here in the house and do just as good a job as you do.
What?
You got 12, they got 12.
I've got 13.
No, Johnny, 12.
13.
No, Johnny, you can't count the one in South Bend. He died of pneumonia.
Well, he wouldn't have gotten pneumonia if I hadn't shot him.
No, Johnny. He don't count. He don't count. You got 12 and they got 12. The old ladies are as good as you are.
Oh, they are they? Well, that's easily taken care of. All I need is one more. That's all, just one more.
Well, here I am.
Oh, please, please, young man, take my advice. Go away from this house. Go away now while Johnny is still busy in the cellar with Mr. Spinalzo.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I'm expecting someone. Someone very important. Besides, I've still got to write my review.
I tell you, Johnny's in a bad mood. And when he's like that, oh, he's a madman.
Don't worry, I'll take care of Jonathan, too.
Don't you got no sense? Don't you learn nothing from those plays you see?
Are you kidding? You think people in plays act intelligently? You should have seen the one I had to cover tonight. There's a fellow in this play, knows he's in a house with murderers. He's even been warned. But when does he get out? No, he stays right there. Now I ask you, Doctor, is that intelligent?
You are asking me?
He didn't have sense enough to be on guard. For instance, the murderer invites him to sit down.
Oh, you mean, won't you sit down?
Believe it or not, he was there too, so this happens. He sits down, just like this. What do you think of that? What do you think of what they tie him up with? The curtain cord.
That's very convenient.
A little too convenient. When are these playwrights going to use some imagination? He sits there like a big dope. The fellow was supposed to be bright. He just sits there, just like I'm sitting here, letting a murderer walk up behind me, just waiting to truss me up and...
You're right, my dear brother. That fellow wasn't very smart. Well, he seems to be gagged and tied quite well. All right, Doctor, we go to work.
Oh, please, Johnny. First, I need a drink. Oh, there's some wine here.
Oh, yes, the elderberry wine. By all means, pour...
I pour you one, too. How I need
Doctor, your manners. Not without a toast to my dear dead brother.
Charge!
That idiot. He goes next, you hear me? He's next.
Oh, no, Johnny, not Teddy.
We'll get to him later. Come on, we've got to work fast.
Hey, watch this.
Jawohl, it's the cops.
Listen, that Teddy's got to stop blowing his horn. We promised the neighbors.
All right, officer, we'll speak to him.
Well, I better talk to him myself now. Where's the light? That's better. I'll go up to his room and... Hey, ain't that Mr. Mortimer?
Yes, it is.
What's he doing all tied up like that?
Well...
Oh, he was explaining the play he saw tonight. That's what happened to the fellow in the play.
No kidding. Well, I wouldn't want to interfere.
Hey, O'Hara.
Oh, hiya, Brophy. How's the prowl card business?
It got kind of warm. Lieutenant Stevenson.
Oh, did he get you on the radio?
Yeah, he said he got so many complaints from the neighbors you'd think they dropped an atom bomb on Flatbush Avenue. He says we gotta take Teddy and, hey, what's this guy all trussed up like that?
That's Mr. Mortimer. He's playing.
Well, get him untied. He looks like he's choking.
Oh, sure. Won't take me but a second.
Officer, perhaps you'd better let me.
Hey, who is this guy?
That's my brother, and you better stick around because he's...
Don't listen to him, officer. He's dangerous.
Huh?
That's why we had to tie him up. He's the lowest kind of person in the whole world.
Oh, a dramatic critic.
My two aunts, huh? You think they're sweet, charming old ladies, do you? Well, there are 13 bodies buried in their cellar.
Listen, You better be careful what you say about your aunts. They happen to be friends of ours. Hey, Brophy, can you imagine with a pus like this? Why, he looks like Boris Karloff.
Why, you...
Hey, wait a minute. Lay off. He's choking me. Help me.
Let go, you. What's the idea? You hear me? I said let go. There, that'll take care of him for a while.
Hey, what was biting him? Choking me like that?
I don't know. When you said he looked like... Hey, wait a minute. This guy is wanted.
Oh, you sure?
Sure. Don't you ever read True Detective? He escaped from an asylum. Why, that's the way he was described. He looked like Karloff.
Is there a reward?
Yeah. Help me lug him out to the car.
But how about the bodies in the cellar?
Bodies in the cellar. Ain't that enough to show you he's nuts?
Hey, what about the other one? You know who I mean, Mr. Mortimer?
The doctor.
Well, he must have walked out.
Oh, don't worry. We'll pick him up. Come on.
Mr. Mortimer, you'll excuse us. Seeing as how there's a reward and all.
I understand.
But you will take care of Teddy, though.
Absolutely. Tonight. Aunt Martha, Aunt Abby, I know it's late, but you see, Mr. Witherspoon came all the way over here. He's the superintendent of Happydale, you know.
He is? Oh, how nice.
Yes, and all the papers have been signed, and he's going to take Teddy with him tonight.
Oh, really, Mr. Witherspoon?
Well, that was my understanding.
Mortimer, does Teddy know?
Not exactly. He thinks he's going on a safari to Africa.
Oh, Abby, dear, we'll miss Teddy, won't we? We love him so.
Oh, I fixed all that, Aunt Martha. You and Aunt Abby are going along just so you can be close to Teddy.
Why, Mortimer, how thoughtful of you.
Yes, isn't that nice? Oh, and Mortimer, you can have the house.
The house?
Of course you'll need it if you're going to marry Elaine.
Oh, Elaine, holy Toledo, she must still be waiting for me. Excuse me, I gotta go and call her.
He's such a good boy, Mr. Witherspoon.
Yes, I'm sure.
You know, since we're all going to be together, I think we ought to celebrate, have a party.
I'm sorry, but I'm here in an official capacity.
Oh, that's too bad. Tell me, does your family live at Happydale too?
I'm afraid I haven't any family.
Oh, you're all alone? Oh, isn't that just too bad? You know, Martha, if Mr. Witherspoon won't let us give him a party, at least we might offer him a glass of wine.
Of course, the elderberry wine.
Elderberry wine?
We make it ourselves.
Well, of course at Happydale our relationship will be much more formal. But here, I suppose...
we're very informal.
Yes, go ahead, Martha. I'll pour him a glass.
And now, here's a word from one of America's best-known beauty authorities, Lady Esther.
Have you ever had this tragic little experience? You're going someplace feeling wonderfully well, gay, and happy. Then you see yourself in the mirror, and you suddenly realize your skin looks tired, and you look older than you are. This happens far too often to too many women who never get quite rid of that clinging, oily film which clouds their skin and makes it look tired. When you remove that clouding film, you see a tremendous difference. Once each day, smooth on Lady Esther's four-purpose face cream and then wipe it off. Now the important part. Immediately repeat this treatment. The first time removes only surface soil and makeup. The second application gets after the clinging, clouding film. Immediately your skin feels smoother and softer, and your own eyes see a new tone and color. the fresh younger look. Because Lady Esther's four-purpose face cream by itself not only thoroughly cleanses the skin, but it also softens the skin and helps nature refine the pores. It leaves a perfect face for powder. It needs no help from any other cream. Do try Lady Esther's four-purpose face cream the way I suggested a moment ago. Look carefully at your skin before you do, and then look at it after the treatment. I'm certain the difference will make you feel so happy again.
The announcer, Ron Banaszak. Narrator, Ron Banaszak. O'Hara, Dan Tackett. Teddy, Ron Banaszak. Mortimer, Ed Olson. Abby, Pam Cole. Martha, Jeannie Nash. Jonathan, J.J. Mosley. The Doctor, Dan Tackett. Brophy, Ron Banaszak. Witherspoon, J.J. Mosley. Lady Esther 1, Jeannie Nash, and Lady Esther 2, Pam Cole. We hope you can join us the last Friday night of each month for another Pelican Players Radio Theater show. Please be safe, stay well, and thanks for listening. Good night.